Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Delana. If you have not already, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also, turn that notification bell so that you do not miss out on any of my uploads. Today we're going to be talking about my October favorites / my Sephora sale recommendations. So let's get into it. For this month's favorites, we are focusing on all the items that you can pick up from Sephora. I figured it was no point in doing a Sephora savings event video plus my October favorites, and honestly, most of my October favorites are beauty items, so it just made sense for me to combine this into one video. So I have skincare, hair care, makeup, body care, fragrances. I have a lot of different items I want to talk to y'all about. These are items I have been loving. Some of them are newer to my collection, so I've definitely been loving them for the month of October, but some of the items I've had for a very long time and I love them. Some of them are items I typically buy every time the sale comes around because I need to re-up. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with skincare. So I have two skincare items. Both of these are items I've talked about a ton on my channel. The first is the Kale Green Tea Spinach Vitamins Superfood Cleanser from Youth to the People. Y'all, I have been using this face wash for, I want to say it's been at least 2.5 years at this point, and y'all can see I am very low. Now I am much lower on this bottle because my husband now uses this too, so I'm running through it a lot faster. Usually one of these bottles, I think this is an 8 ounce, it lasts me for a while because you literally only need a little bit. Like, you are going to get the foaming, the cleansing, everything is going to happen with just a little bit of this. You don't need a ton of it unless you're obviously double cleansing or something in that moment. You don't need a lot of this, y'all. So this really lasts a long time. So if you are just using it by yourself, you're single, or you know, you hide your skincare from your partner, listen, this is going to last you for a while. I believe the price range on this is like in the $30 range, so it's definitely worth grabbing it while it's on sale. Also, right now I did notice they have like a holiday set where you can get this size and the miniature size for about $45. I think that's what I'm gonna go ahead and purchase because to me that just seems to be the best deal. So definitely highly recommend this for y'all. The next skincare product that I really like is the Belief the True Cream Moisturizing Balm. So I believe Keiko was the person that put me onto this. I have been using this for, I want to say, probably about 2 years now as well. And let's see if y'all can see. I am at the bottom. Let's see. Okay, there you go, camera. I'm at the bottom of this, y'all, so I need some more. I would say from what I have left, I probably have maybe a few more weeks left of product, so I need another one of these. So I'm definitely going to be grabbing this. And I don't know if I said it, y'all, but Rouge can shop starting 10/31, and then also the Beauty Insiders and the VIBs can start shopping on November 4th. So the sale is going to run through November 10th. You can get 30% off Sephora collection starting now. Doesn't matter what your status is, you can save 30% off on Sephora products at the moment. So I highly recommend y'all going ahead and shopping. I've had Rouge status now for about 2 years, and I'm pretty sure I have enough to meet Rouge status for 2026. Obviously, you know, 20% off is not always the best deal just because you can go onto like the stores, the direct brand website, and maybe get a little bit of a cheaper price. You may be able to pick the items up in Ulta if you're an Ulta member and you have, you know, status over there. So obviously for some people it's like the 20% isn't worth it, but I really prefer Sephora. I've just had better experiences in Sephora, and that's just me. So I prefer to shop with them, but I do go in Ulta every now and again. I do have an Ulta credit card, unfortunately, so I go there every now and again, but I obviously spend the most money each year with Sephora. So those are my two skincare products. So the face wash and the moisturizer, you cannot go wrong with either of these. I don't consider myself to have sensitive skin, but I also feel like when you have oily skin, sometimes you can be a little sensitive. So for me, those products have caused me no issues. They work great for me. So let's move on to hair care. So I have two hair products. They're both hair oils. Both of them I've been using for a little while, one more so than the other. So the first one I want to talk about is the Olaplex Bonding Oil. I have been using this for about 2 years. I believe this is my second or third bottle, maybe the second, because this goes a long way. You literally only need a little bit. Y'all, if you are a silk press girly like myself, or if you have leave out and you're sew in and you need to protect your hair, this is an excellent heat protectant. It obviously gives your hair shine fine, and it does not weigh your hair down. As someone that has a little bit more of a fine texture of hair, I cannot have my hair weighing down. Otherwise, after 2-3 days, my hair is going to be looking flat. It's going to be looking greasy. Don't nobody have time for that. The way I like to use this product, y'all, is after I wash my hair, deep condition, all of those things, I typically do that the night before, and then I'm going to blow dry and straighten my hair the next morning. So typically that night before, after I've deep conditioned, washed everything out, I'm going to typically, you know, put my hair in 4 sections, and I'm going to put a little bit of this product on that night, and then that morning I will add a little bit more also just for the heat protectant feature. So definitely love this. The newer hair oil that I love, I picked this up this summer. This is the Amika Superfruit Star Lightweight Hairstyling Oil. So I remember telling y'all about one of her other like heat serums, heat oil, something like that. I really liked that product, but I realized it was too heavy for my hair. My hair was getting flat really quickly. It was just too oily. Even though I was only using a little bit, it just wasn't for me, y'all. So I needed something that's a little bit more lightweight. One thing about Amika, she is going to make products that smell amazing. So that's why I had to pick this up. This is sort of the product I use after my hair is all straightened, it's all done. I'm gonna just put a little bit of this just to give my hair, you know, that shine and that smell. It's great. Obviously it works for, you know, heat protecting, so you can use it that way as well. But I really like the Olaplex for the heat protecting feature just because it is a little bit lighter than this. This is definitely lightweight, but I think the Olaplex is just a little bit lighter. So again, making sure my hair is not weighed down. But if you have like really, really thick, high density hair and you like, girl, I don't mind my hair being a little bit weighed down, you can use a little bit more of this and you'll love it. And again, it smells amazing. So I just noticed on the website, Sephora has this in a mini size. So this particular bottle, y'all, for silk press season, this is probably could last me like 2 years because this is huge. It's a 1.7 ounce, but again, I'm literally using like a pea size amount of this. So if you're like, you know what, I don't really need this full size, because I think this is like $40 something. The mini size is $22, and obviously if you're Rouge like me, you can save 20%, or you can get 15% or 10% off. So highly recommend this. Again, it's silk press season. It's kind of cold in Georgia, y'all. We've been getting some interesting weather, or we've been having our heat on, and I'm not really used to that in October, but at least I know my hair ain't gonna get messed up, y'all. At least I know my hair is gonna hold up because the temps are pretty cool right now. So we've talked about skincare and hair care products that I recommend for the sale that obviously were my October favorites as well. Let's move on to makeup, because I have a lot of makeup items, y'all. I feel like I wore quite a bit of makeup in the month of October. I was in Nashville. I wore makeup 3 days straight in a row, hanging out with my girlfriends. So I have a lot of products that I want to talk about. Some I've talked about before, some that are newer to me sharing my feedback on. So let's maybe just start with primers. So I have 2 primers I want to talk about. One that I've talked about a lot, which is the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Primer. This particular primer is excellent for blurring the skin, obviously, you know, making everything smooth, hiding those pores. I pretty much use this every time I do my makeup. Now, it might sound a little excessive, but I typically use like 3 primers. I know that sounds crazy, y'all, but I really like my skin to be primed, prepped, and ready to go. This primer I highly recommend. Obviously, I love it with the foundation, which we'll talk about later, but this pairs well with other products as well. You don't have to use other Huda Beauty products to use the primer. This is definitely one you should have in your cart. If you don't have it already, I say get it. The next one is one that I've had for a little while. I bought it during one of the Sephora sales, but I hadn't started using it until recently. So it is the Danessa Myricks, let's see, what's the official name? Yummy Skin Universal. I think it's like the Blurring Balm Powder Primer or something like that. It got a long name, y'all. So this particular product, I've had it for a while. I bought this little like miniature size. This one came with a blush with it as well. I haven't used the blush yet, which I probably need to, because now that I know I love the primer. So the primer, they have these in different colors where you can get it to match your skin tone. I just got Universal because obviously I think I bought this online during the last sale, so I didn't know for sure what shade I would need. But this, y'all, I really like it. So as I'm aging, I'm definitely noticing more like smile lines, and obviously y'all know I be smiling all the time. So I really want to try to get that like smoothing effect in my smile line area. Obviously, it's only so much you can do about it. It's never gonna be like super perfect, but I just want to, like, you know, help it look a little bit better, right? So I've been using this and then setting it with a little bit of like my Laura Mercier powder. And y'all, I've noticed a difference in this, because while I was in Nashville, I was pretty much doing like full coverage makeup, beat down, y'all, and my makeup was holding up really well for hours and hours, because pretty much every time I was out with my girls, we was out for 5-6 hours at a time, and I was coming back and my makeup was still looking good. The only thing that needed to be touched up was my lip. This primer, if you do not have this, I highly recommend it. This and the blush is the only Danessa Myricks products that I have in my collection. So I definitely plan on getting a few more things from her, because clearly she knows what she's doing for Black women. Clearly she knows what our skin needs. She knows the type of makeup we want. Like, she just knows. So I need to add more things to my collection for sure. Moving on to foundations. So I have 2 foundations. Let's start with the newest. This is the Makeup by Mario Natural Surreal Skin Foundation, Natural Finish Foundation. Who knows the name, y'all? Listen, the names are long. So I have it in the color 22C. I really like this. I have it on today. What I'm going to tell y'all about this one, I was thinking it was going to be like that light medium coverage. I would say this is definitely medium coverage, but very buildable. I have a few dark spots right now that are fresh and they're obviously a little dark, and I'm like, you know what, let me just put a little extra on and see if it'll cover without me trying to conceal or correct or anything like that. And y'all, it worked. Okay, I don't know if you can see them still through the skin. I can't. Listen, it works. So this is an excellent coverage. I think I really like the packaging too. It has like that frosted sort of bottle. His products are really great. I have a few other Makeup by Mario items that I've loved, but this is obviously the first foundation. The other one was just not for me, y'all. I'm oily, and I know during, you know, the fall winter season I can get away with like a more natural finish foundation. I would say this one, y'all, it's kind of like, yeah, it's natural, but it kind of gives me a matte finish. Like when I put it on and let it dry down, it definitely gives matte. Not super matte like my NARS matte foundation, but definitely a foundation that I could pull off when it's a little bit warm outside. I can still wear this one. I would say this is probably a year-round one for us oily girls, as long as we are priming and setting appropriately. So highly recommend this one. The second foundation is one I pretty much use this most of the summer. Yeah, because I sort of gave my NARS Soft Matte a break, just because sometimes I feel like, you know, that one's very full coverage, and sometimes I'm going for that look and sometimes I'm not. But I picked up the Easy Blur foundation. This is in Cocoa 510R. I really like this. Obviously the blurring effect is great. It pairs well with the primer. So I think this is one you should check out. Now I will say this, if you have like fresh dark marks, you need that little extra coverage, you're gonna have to build this up with one layer of coverage. This is definitely more, I would say, that lighter medium coverage. Like, it's not gonna cover every dark mark, so you're gonna have to add a little bit more or conceal or correct before you add your foundation. But nonetheless, it lasts for hours on hours. I'm very happy with it. These are gonna be my sort of top 2 foundations for this fall winter, because they just work for me. And again, depending on the occasion, if I'm going like, oh, I want lighter coverage, this is great. You only need a little bit. If I want a little bit more fuller coverage or able to build it up, I'm gonna go with the Makeup by Mario. The next items we're gonna talk about is blush. So I have this Hourglass Unreal Liquid Blush. This is in the color, I believe, Vision. I have had this for some time, y'all, but I had not really figured out if I loved liquid blush or if I didn't. I'm here to tell y'all, because I've kind of switched up how I do my makeup, I like liquid blush. So I have it on today mixed with the other blush we're going to talk about, and I feel like I can just see it better, like in all lighting. I feel like it just stands out a little bit. So doing liquid blush like sort of right after you do your concealer, I think this is a perfect product. I really want either another one of these or I want to try some other liquid blush brands. So let me know down in the comments below if you have recommendations on other brands I should try for liquid blush, because this I like. My only issue with this is the way this comes out. It's like a little dropper. Let's see if the camera will pick it up. It's like a little dropper, y'all. And I just feel like it'd be hard to get it out. Like, but I will say you only need a little bit, because a little goes a long way. But the packaging on this, I feel like Hourglass needs to make some adjustments, because it's not my favorite, but I really love this color. It's definitely like that rosy pink, really pretty, really works well on my skin, and I love it. Now, my powder blush that I've just been loving for a minute, y'all. I've talked about this in some other favorites videos. I got this, I want to say, during maybe like the spring sale last year, or maybe the fall sale last year. I've had this for about a year, I think. Yeah, so it's the Haus Labs blush in Fire Moon. Y'all, this particular blush, I love it. It's a beautiful like peachy terracotta color. I'm very happy with it. I topped my blush, my liquid blush today with this. It's my go-to. It's my go-to. It's very natural. It's not doing too much. So if you are going for a lighter makeup look and you don't want to do too much and you just want a powder blush, I say this is a great one. This is one you can wear like to work and you're not feeling like, you know, you're doing too much or the blush is just looking too stand out. It's just perfect, especially for brown skin. It just kind of blends with the skin, and then you can add, of course, a little more if you want it to really stand out. It's a great blush. It lasts on me. It looks great. I can't really go wrong with this one. And I recommend it to you guys because, again, it's great for brown skin tones. It just works well. And I don't know, I gotta get into more Haus Lab products because I have a foundation, but y'all, I feel like that foundation is a little off, so I haven't worn it in a while, but I need to pick up some new Haus Lab products for sure. Moving on, since we're just talking about blush, I want to call out the one brush that I need to talk about. It is the Sephora Pro Blush 96. Y'all, I love this brush. I love this brush so much. Obviously, you can see the color on it from today. Child, I, don't know how I went so long without this one. I really like this one for my powder blushes. I have another brush I prefer for liquid blush, but this one I really like. And of course, you can use it for liquid blush as well, but I just like how it applies. I really like this one. It's a very dense brush. I mean, it works well, and obviously right now you can save 30% on this. Even if you're a insider or VIB and the sale hasn't started for you, you can save 30% off on this. So if you're looking for a good brush that you should add to your collection, I recommend the Sephora Pro Blush 96. It's great. All right, so moving on to setting sprays. I have two setting sprays I want to talk about. Let's start with the new one. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray Matte Blur Mattify Smooth and Set All Day. I ain't have to read all that, y'all, but you get the point. This is a mattifying setting spray. This is obviously different than the original. I used this one, like I said, I was in Nashville, had to wear makeup several days in a row. Baby, my makeup, my face was sitting, okay? Obviously, we did have a little bit of higher temps, so it was like in the 80s while I was there. My makeup was not budging, y'all, and I think it had a lot to do with this setting spray along with my go-to setting spray as well, the One Size Until Dawn setting spray. Now, this particular bottle is empty. I have another bottle somewhere, probably in my makeup bag somewhere, but this one, obviously, you cannot go wrong with this one. But this, I really just like this. I liked how it felt on the skin. I feel like I like it more than the original, especially if you're someone like me who's an oily girl. I recommend it. The only thing I will say is I want to test this out in the summer. Like, I want to test this out when it's 90 degrees in Georgia and I really need my makeup to hold up. I need to test this out. Obviously, we're now in this fall season. We are not getting 90 degrees anytime soon, I don't think. So I can't really get the full test and effect of this, but I really like it so far. I do recommend this one. And this one is just a great year-round one. Sometimes I don't use it as much in the fall, winter, especially if I know I'm going to be indoors. I'm going to be somewhere where I'm not worried about like sweating or anything like that. Sometimes I don't need this, but again, if you are having like a look, I want my face to be full beat, full matte, I recommend both of these together for sure. Obviously, y'all, everything we're talking about is going to be linked down below. So if you're worried about finding the items, listen, y'all, they're going to be linked down below for you to shop for sure. So moving on to lip. And I think this is it for makeup. I've been talking about makeup for a while, so that's good with me. So the first product I want to talk about is one that's newer to my collection. This is the ABH Lip Velvet in the color Pink Sand. Now, y'all, I did pick this up from Ulta. I picked it up, I think, in the month of September. Whenever they were doing their 21 Days of Beauty, this was half off. And I have been wanting to try this because I've seen a few people that I like to watch makeup tutorials and stuff like that on TikTok talk about this product. And I was like, you know what? I want to pick this up and add it to my collection. I was originally looking for the color called Softy, but I had to go with this Pink Sand because that was all they had. And I was like, you know what? I don't really feel like ordering one lip product online. I'm just going to grab this one because it looks very similar, and it is. I have it on today. Now, you all know I don't really like a lot of color to my lips. Like, I like a nude lip all the time, okay? But I like it to be different in a way, so I have different tones, more cool, more warm. I have different options, but ultimately, I'm always going with the nude lip. I really like this one, and today I paired it with the Ooh Baby lip gloss. So this is my favorite at the moment. Ooh Baby Huda Beauty Faux Filler Lip Gloss. This is the perfect topper. If you're a brown skinned black woman and you're like, I need a good topper for my nude lip and you want some good shine, this is a good topper. Now, my lips don't look glossy because I use very little. Because I also don't like my lips to be super glossy, but I do want a little bit of shine. Like today I wasn't in a mood for a full matte lip, so I added a little bit of this just to give some shine, and that was pretty much my lip combo. And of course I have to mention my lip liner, Huda Beauty lip liner in Rich Brown. Now, I told y'all in, I think it was last month's video, somewhere I told y'all I picked up the oh yeah, my collective haul. I picked up the what do they call it? It's like it's the liquid one. I don't know what they call it right now, y'all. I don't know. But the liquid lip liner from Huda Beauty. I'll put the name on the screen because I can't think of it right now. I grabbed that, but I still have not used it. I need to use it soon and let y'all know my thoughts on that. But I'm just so addicted to the standard lip pencil. Like, I really love it. I love the color. It just works well for me. Obviously, I have a ton of brown lip liners, but this has just always been my go-to. And obviously, for the month of October, this is the only one that I've been using. So if you're looking for that deep brown lip liner, definitely go for the Huda Beauty Rich Brown. But this combo, y'all, if you're a nude lip girly like myself, this combo is bomb. It's so pretty, and obviously it's gonna look a little different on everybody depending on how much you use your lip pigment color. Like, it's gonna vary, right? But for me, this is perfect. And like I just said, I literally use a dab of this, a dab of gloss with my lip liner, and that's it. And it looks good. I really, really love it. It's good for, you know, daytime. You can make it nighttime. It works. So definitely recommend those. So that is all our makeup products. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. I don't think so. But yeah, that was a lot of makeup. So we're gonna move on to the next category. Moving on to fragrances and body care. So the first fragrance we have to talk about is Forever Mood She Was Here. Now, y'all, I picked this bottle up when it went live on the Sephora site. I wanna say that was August 4th. The only reason that this bottle is not further down right now, y'all, is because I had to tell myself to slow down. I used this for about 4 weeks in a row because I was just addicted to the smell. The pistachio, the Turkish rose, I was just addicted to it, y'all. It smells so good. It smells so good. And then I ended up picking up the EOS pistachio lotion. Child, the two paired together, perfect. I love this, and I know that Forever Mood has some different like holiday sets on the Sephora site as well. So if you're just kind of like, you know what, I don't want to get the full size, there are some mini options. You can obviously get the travel size, but I would say if this is in stock when you go in store or you're on the website, go ahead and grab it. It's an affordable price range. This one is $79. Now, you all know that I picked up the Forever Mood like travel size kit so I could try all the fragrances out when they first dropped. And I didn't really have one that I just loved from that. This one, I love this. I don't know if it's because I love a good like warm floral, like I love a good gourmandy type scent. Y'all, it smells so good, and it just smells so good on the skin. Obviously, to me, when I first smell it, when I first got the package, I was picking up that rose, but once I got it on my skin, I was picking up the pistachio notes. And obviously, I believe there's some vanilla in here, and y'all know I love vanilla. I love a good gourmand. You cannot go wrong with this one. Now, I know I've seen some people say that this doesn't last long on their skin. I don't know if it's because of the combinations that I'm doing. Mine lasts pretty long on my skin, and I do feel like I have a lot of fragrances. Just looking over here, I have a lot of fragrances that pair well with this. I want to say I think I already tried this with Gentle Fluidity Gold. Loved it. I have not tried it with my Mancera Rose Vanille. I need to try it with that because they do have some similarity with the rose and vanilla notes. I need to try them together as well. But y'all, it lasts on me. Now, it's definitely not a, oh, it lasted, you know, 12 hours, but it definitely lasts between that 4 to 6 hour range, which typically that's around the time that I'm out, time frame that I'm outside doing stuff and I want to smell good. But also, I probably will pick up just a travel size. So if I want to like refresh, I can have it in my purse. But y'all, it smells amazing. I love the color of the packaging. It just gives me all the fall vibes. This has been one I've been keeping on my vanity just because it looks so pretty. I recommend this one. The next one we have to talk about is the Perfect Marc Jacobs Absolute. Now, I first bought the travel size because, like I said, I knew I was going out of town and I'm like, you know what? I want to have some good fall scents to take with me and I do not want to take my full sizes. But then Nordstrom ran a sale and I want to say I bought this right around my birthday time and I was like, well, let me just grab the bottle since after wearing the travel size a couple of times, I knew I really liked it. This smells amazing. I think it's the caramel and that fig note. It just smells so good and this really lingers on my skin. I know I've seen on TikTok like mixed reviews of how long this lasts. On me, baby, it lasts. It lasts. I can spray this at night after a shower and wake up, still kind of smell it on my skin, smell it on my PJs. I really love this. So if you really want a cute, you know, fall, winter scent, something that just smells a little different, because I don't have anything like this in my collection, which that's important to me because I do feel like I am someone that sticks with the same kind of, you know, scents. I love florals. I love vanilla. I stick with the same things. This is totally different for me, y'all. And then obviously I love the color. It looks great on my vanity. I don't love the top. Like Marc Jacobs could revamp that, but just the color of the bottle with the gold, it's so pretty and it smells amazing, y'all. So I'll pop the notes on the screen so you can have the specifics, but I believe it's that fig note that I really like, maybe the caramel, something in here that I really love. I can't even explain it. I just know it smells so good and I get a lot of compliments on this, so I recommend that one. The next one we have to talk about is the K. Ali Yum Bougie Marshmallow fragrance. Now y'all, I don't even have the bottle because I ran out a few weeks ago, so I ended up throwing it away. Probably should have kept it so I can at least show it for the sake of this video, but I am getting the 3.4 ounce size of that. I need the big size. That is a perfect year-round scent to me, and it's another scent that pairs well with a lot of fragrances I have in my collection. I love a good strawberry, vanilla, marshmallow, like all of those notes together. That's just my vibe. Again, I love a good gourmand, so I do recommend that one. I know some people are gonna say, but it don't really last. It doesn't really last for me. Again, it lasts on me for as long as I need it to, but also if I really want to beef it up, I'm gonna mix it with like Gentle Fluidity Gold. I can mix it with Burberry Goddess. I mean, it's so many options that I can mix it with in my collection. So that is one that I need. I need the 3.4 ounce size bottle. Period. The next one we have to talk about, which is my last fragrance that we're going to talk about, is Fleur Strawberry Letter. So this is one that I've seen my girl Coco McQueen, if you're watching, hey girl, I've seen her talk about this one. She has the full size of it and I was like, I need to smell it. Like, I don't really know. I smelled it in store and then I was like, oh, I like it, but I was like, you know what, I'll maybe get the travel size. So I ended up ordering the travel size here online, and y'all, this is a really unique strawberry scent. Like, this doesn't smell anything like a Burberry Her. What's another strawberry? It doesn't smell like Yum Bougie Marshmallow. Like, it doesn't smell like any of the other strawberry scents I have. And I'm not sure if it's a specific note in here, which I don't know what that note is at the moment because that's not listed on here. But it's something different about this. But this really lasts. Like, y'all, this lasts a long time on the skin, which makes me think that maybe I should get the vanilla skin one since I still have the body spray as well. Maybe I need the perfume version because this really lasts and it smells good and it's just different. And to me, this is a scent you could wear year round because you can mix it with like some other like strawberry scents to like play it up in the spring, summer. But if you want to like make it a little bit more warm, you can mix it with some vanillas in the fall, winter. I don't know what it is about this one, but this one is really nice. Now, this travel size seems a little bigger than the others, so I have not used a ton of it just yet, but I really like this one. I think this is one worth checking out. And again, check out some of the other floral scents because I've heard the cherry stem smells amazing. I still have not smelled the vanilla skin perfume version, so I just need to go up in the store and just try on some more of their options because I like the fact that there's longevity there. That's important with the fragrance. And I think their price point for like the size of their fragrance is right around 99 bucks. So that's great, especially if you're gonna get like a 20%, 15 or 10% savings. Definitely worth it. So the last item that we have to talk about is a body cream from Patrick Ta, y'all. I've had this for a little while as well, but I didn't start using it much until the month of October. And y'all, I'm here to say, this smells so good. It's the amber notes in this that does it for me. And it mixed well with a lot of my different perfumes. I want to see if I can find... No, I don't think the notes are on here. Dang, y'all. I wanted to tell y'all all the notes. I'll populate them on the screen. I know it's amber in here. I think maybe sandalwood, maybe vanilla. Y'all, it smells so good, and it gives your skin the perfect glow, the perfect sheen. Again, I was out of town. I was wearing shorts. I was putting it all over my legs. My legs were shining. My chest looked amazing. My arms looked shiny. Like, this is just it. And it's a little expensive. So that's why I'm telling you to get it now, because I think it's like $58. Somewhere around there. It's a little pricey, y'all, but I think this is just perfect. The scent is amazing, and again, the glow that it gives your skin. This is probably one of the best body creams that are more like high end, because obviously I have some affordable drugstore, you know, body creams that work great, but that really gives me the skin glow, and the scent stays on my skin, because sometimes I notice with lotions, you know, you put it on and like 10 minutes later you don't smell it no more. Baby, this lasts. It lasts, and again, it mixes well with a lot of my fragrances. Like I said, I was wearing the Marc Jacobs quite a bit when I was out of town, and I was pairing it with this. Y'all, this is worth it. If you don't get anything else that I talked about today, well, you got to get a couple fragrances, maybe a couple of makeup items. But if you're like, what's one thing that I can splurge on now so I can, you know, get a little savings on it so I won't feel bad about how much I'm spending on lotion? Well, it's a cream. Let's keep it that way. It's a cream. But I think you should get this, y'all. I think this is the best. This is the best high-end body cream I have. I have the Youth to the People like body cream that's great, smells great. But this one, I'm obsessed with this. I do recommend this. And so far, you see, I'm like, I haven't used a ton of it. But honestly, I'm not trying to rush it because, again, it's $60. Like, who is trying to spend all this money on, you know, a body cream? But the packaging, beautiful. It'll look great on like your dresser. It'll look great on your vanity. Highly recommend this one. So Patrick Ta is definitely a little bit more expensive, I would say, when it comes to his products, but I stand by his products, and that's that. So y'all, that is all of my October favorites, my Sephora sale recommendations. I'm definitely going to do a haul. I'm going to do a haul once I get all of my items, because I do plan on grabbing quite a bit of things. So we are definitely going to come back with a haul. Let me know down in the comments below some products that you recommend, things that I've shared. Maybe if you're using them and you love them too, girl, give me some feedback down below, because I'm curious. Also, one quick reminder I want to call out. In my last video, we talked about Rose Forever. This video is not sponsored, y'all. It's not sponsored. However, I want to remind y'all to go ahead and take a look at the Rose Forever website. You can use my link down below to shop their current sale. They definitely have some sale prices going on all of their roses. You can use my code to save some additional money. I'm just bringing it up because I know it's, you know, now Scorpio season. We're going to be going into Sagittarius season. Listen, if you need some good birthday ideas, I highly recommend Rose Forever. Also, I'm going to include a clip. So remember, I was telling y'all that I was going to put that particular rose box, the heart that I got last, in my guest room. I did put it in my guest room on like a little shelf that we have that's kind of like used for like hanging clothes. It's a hanging rack essentially, but it has shelving units on it. I put it on there and it looks so good, y'all. It looks so good, and it just, you know, adds a little extra something to that room. Obviously I don't have guests too often, so nobody sees it that much, but I can see it and I love it. It looks great. So again, I'm leaving all of my information down below. So if you're just trying to figure out, you know, Christmas gifts, birthday gifts to give someone of these next couple of months, I highly recommend Rose Forever. Again, it's really pretty to put in your beauty room, great to put in your, you know, coffee table, great to put in the guest room. They're just stunning and I highly recommend them. So definitely shop with Rose Forever. But yeah, so y'all, that is everything for this video. Again, if you're going out shopping at Sephora, if you've already been to Sephora, let me know what you've picked up. I'm pretty sure I'm running out there today to go in store. Definitely gonna do some online orders, but I do want to go in store as well. So yeah, that is this video. So thank you all so much for watching, supporting me. I really appreciate you all. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in my next one.